Welcome to another AmuLIT League. First league went fairly well. This list is quite strong, so we're gonna be running it back again. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you are enjoying the content, and I will see you for round number 1. Welcome to this new league. Yeah, okay. Keep this. A little bit on the slow side again. Harvest being kind of weird here, actually. Not necessarily bad, but just awkward. Thank you for the follow, Dr. Chunky. Yeah, it's 15 if it's a deck, if it's a good deck. If it's a meme deck, it's more. Yeah, don't try to get me. Wait, should I be scared or should I laugh? In the past, turn 1's Flameblade Adept would scare the shit out of me, but that was before this was a card, so I don't know if I should still be scared of that. That is not the one drop that Modern needs. Maybe it's the one that Modern deserves. I think I pass. There's nothing I'm looking for with this card, so I guess there was an argument for playing Besua, but like I just don't want to abandon Harvest into, you know, something that I may need. Like my opponent could burn an Inquiry me, and then I may need lands, right? Or the opposite, like they take all my business, and then I know that I have to get business. So I don't think that I want to Harvest before my opponent resolves their Mimi card. Fire Action Obliterator, wow. I did try. I was kind of brewing with it, and then I just like, just way too bad. But like Dothy, Fire, Voidwalker, like those, like that's a bunch of black pips. And I was like, Obliterator, maybe. And then I'm like, yeah, it's just bad. It's just very bad. Opponent has a very menacing board state. You get it? You get it, chat? Menacing board state because they have menace. That's why. That's the joke. That's the joke. That's the joke. Taking some demashes. I think I'm naming land. Slayer Fall, the hero of Twitch chat. Nice. I think I don't block here, right? Just take it. There's no way I die from 17. Opponent can pump the Walla, that's fine. Play land. We we are done here. Face. Face. Black Force. That'd be kind of hot, actually. Something tells me my opponent might not have that, though. Oh, it's yes. Oh, it's healed. Haste. Your face. Okay. Empty boys. So these are the cards that are somewhat interesting. I feel like I want forces because it's very likely my opponent has Blood Moons in their deck, because it's possible that the power level of their deck is just not high enough to not be able to need to cheese me out, basically. That's my theory, at least. Was Modern a format before Saga was printed? It was a good format before Saga was printed. And right now it's Ursa Saga, the format. Is Gracer... I don't think Gracer is good in this matchup. My opponent has all stupid menacing threats. Damn you, opponent, with your menace threats. Kind of want to cut either a castle or breeding pool or a fetch. I think I'm going to cut a fetch. MH3 Modern Saga. Yep. Yeah, the format is looking a little bit monotonous for my taste. Like, it's either you're choosing whether you want to play Ragavan or Saga, and everything in between is just like, everything else is just not really playable, which is a little bit, you know, a little bit monotonous for my taste. But like, it's fine. Maybe it's an okay format, I guess. It's not the best Modern we've ever had, but I think I like this. A little bit on the slow side for sure, but yeah, I'm gonna save the Ursa Saga because, again, I think that it's very likely my opponent has Blood Moon in their deck, so. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm a genius or anything, but like, I did call Ragavan the best card in the set by a significant margin, and it feels like it's very much the case. Feasting Troll King. Huh. God, Dryads. Wasn't it better to play Saga early? I think my opponent is very likely to have Blood Moon in their deck. I mean, I'm gonna be forced into playing it next turn, but the way that Saga interacts with Blood Moon is if there's a Blood Moon in play and a Saga in play, the Saga immediately goes to the graveyard. I don't know what the explanation is. I think it's something like, I don't know. Like I don't want to try to explain it, but like Blood Moon and Spreading Seas and like any of those effects just kill Ursa Saga straight up. So because I think that it's quite likely my opponent has Blood Moon in their deck, I am sandbagging this Saga. I'm gonna have to play it now because, you know, I don't have any other land. But I guess even now, okay, so now I found another land, so even now I'm going to, again, sandbag this a little bit. To side with Cedar Chapter so it dies. Yeah. Yeah, chat's got it, you know? Four, 7. We would go down to 6, so we would die to double bolt. It was just a bluff attack? Damn, that's some next level shit. Okay. Respect. CSO, ESO, let's heal. I mean, they didn't have an answer to the Dryad last turn. I'm assuming there's no answer right now either. We good here? Yep. Alright, sweet. 1-0. Alright, round number 2 is here, and this hand is okay. Am I putting in a Blood Moon me? Please no Blood Moon, pretty please. I thought I asked nicely, but apparently I didn't. What's up, Levi? How's it going? Will my opponent have Magus? They have to, right? Like they're just playing a cheese deck, so they have to have probably like 8 moon effects. So I just have to play this stupid dismember. That sucks. I kind of want Needle too for Karn. Expedition map finds forest though, not with a Karn in play, but play around Chalice a little bit. do that. Okay. Gemstone Cavern featuring. This is like this is the dream, right? Gemstone Cavern pitching Gemstone Cavern. That's like the absolute best case scenario. Because like now you don't draw your Gemstone Cavern because you're pitched it to it. Some nice EV. This is indeed the list that Kanister top-aided with. Acting for Dryads so I can have a blocker. In before we get boiled, am I right? Am I right, chat? Who's ready to get boiled? Who's ready to get boiled? Out of the cheese deck. Dismember? Oh, fuck. Well... Can I draw my Dismember, please? Pretty, please. So this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Down to 6. I think I want to play Saga. No, I can't play Saga this turn. No, I play the castle because if my opponent Blood Moons me, I can get the Evoke dude, I can cast it. I guess I can play my Semi-Growth Chamber first, then I cast the Evoke dude, and then I can cast Titan in the same turn. So this is the better way to play around Blood Moon. Yep. Gotta love it when Blood Moon is ramp. Got him! Foundation Breaker. Evoke. Blow that up. I think I have to gain 2 and I'm gonna get a Saga. If opponent has another Blood Moon, that sucks. But this allows me to play a blocker next turn. Have I cast Harvest? I have cast Harvest multiple times already. A couple of times it wasn't great, but... Eidolon. We can cast a Titan. We can gain 2. We just stay at 4 because we take 2 from pacting the Eidolon. We can't make a token. Yeah, Colony Garden would help us stabilize. So would Field of the Dead, for what's worth. We make a blocker. Yeah, there's just no line here. There's no line here. We're just dead. We're exactly dead, actually. We are exactly dead. That sucks. Man, that Rabble Master. I guess it was the Dismember. It wasn't so much the Rabble Master because the Dryad would have been able to stabilize against the Rabble, but it was the Rabble into Dismember. Alright, Cheese deck wins. See you for the next one. Welcome to round number 3, playing against the Lurrus deck. Well, this hand's pretty good against the Lurrus deck, so I'm gonna keep it. Are there any good Reclaimer lists? Actually, I do think so. Yes. Feels like in this matchup the tokens are gonna matter, so I'm just gonna play Saga onto. Oh, never mind. I have not seen Hammer in so long. I totally forgot that this deck existed. That's really funny. Totally forgot that this was a deck. Crazy. Well, here's a Saga. And here's an Arboreal Grazer. Hey, look at that. Well, fuck me, I guess. Can I win here? I guess I can. Please don't have another equipment. This is ETB, right? So it enters from the Saga and it immediately gets equipped. That's sick. So if they have any other equipment to suit up the Ornithopter, we're dead. But well, that's another equipment. Have you thought the deck with the Boros bounce lands? Yeah, that's the way that I like to build the deck personally. But we're trying a different list today. Dismembers, Forces, Foundation Breaker, Gracers, Fountain, Needle, Explosive. So all of those are the cards that I like. This goes out. Probably cut a Castle. Cut the Explorers. Cut one of these. Cut two of these. Needle seems meh. I mean, it can kill. I guess it can kill. I was thinking of killing Inkmoth Nexus straight up, but maybe it's too slow for that purpose. I have just Ghost Quarter. And I would like to cut a land. on fetch. Maybe I should be shipping here, but we're very, very close to just Vala quitting my opponent out of the game. Seal of Cleansing. That's bait. Oops. And the bait was successful. And now next turn we're going to be able to get another Valakut and go ham with that. We can't equip. Never mind. Well, there goes that, I guess. Okay, so 1, 2, Dryad. I think we just go for Valakut here. We're gonna chump with Dryad, and then chump with Azusa, sorry, and then we can potentially win from there. But like the Saga is gonna go off here, which obviously it's terrible for us. They're making mana. Wait, what did they use the mana for? Well, now I'm just dead. Doesn't have hexproof? Okay, I mean, I'm dead anyway, so like this is just fine, but well, that was fucking disgusting. That was absolutely gross, but sure, whatever. See you for the next round. Whoops, I was muted. I was thinking that maybe I wanted to name land there, but like obviously after drawing the summoner's pack, like I obviously am naming land there. But yeah, this hand is good. Basic forest. I don't like that. Oh, Enchantress. They have Blood Moon in their deck, which is... it's gonna be hard to beat. We can't beat Blood Moon game 1. Can't really beat Blood Moon game 1. Third Cyber 4 sounding better and better, for real, right? I can't really tap this for mana even. Just pure sadness on thin ice. Please don't Blood Moon me. We can blow it up with Ghost Quarter. Yep, stop in for red mana. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm over this game, but we can't beat the Blood Moon, so I'm just gonna concede. Definitely won't did. What is this not coming here? That, and that. Radiant Fountain out. One tracker. Don't want Needle, I don't think. Probably need Pact. Actually, I don't think I need Pact. I think I do want the Emrakul, right? Because the Emrakul is a way to get out of the lock. Is that crazy? I feel like it makes sense to me. Yeah, Emrakul seems reasonable against them. Let's try this. I don't think it's worth it. They have like 4 creatures. I guess they have 8 creatures, but they have ways to give their creatures hexproof anyway. I guess it's not hexproof. It's actual shroud. They have ways to give their creatures actual shroud, which is hilarious. So now if we draw half of our deck, we can at least cast Emrakul, you know? There's a lot of mainly Blood Moons running around right now, huh? Honestly, every single match we lost. If we had had Force, we would have been in better shape. Maybe third Force is just where we want to be. Second Evoker. Nah, I don't think you want the second Evoke, dude. This hand is tempting, but I think we have to ship. This one is, I guess, better. running 3 forces. Maybe I should have played Saga on 1. The problem is that I'm not going anywhere in terms of like my lands are not, I don't have bounce lands, so we're getting Blood Moon here on the way. I don't want to play the Dryad because I want to play the Dryad after my opponent plays the Blood Moon. So at least I have access to my colors of mana. Yeah. So freaking obvious. So I guess we're gonna need Tireless Tracker to beat it. Yeah, now we're probably locked. I guess if I find opponent whiffs and I go yeah, that's not whiffing. Engineered explosives, I guess. Did I kill the Blood Moon? No. We can't kill the Blood Moon, they have Shroud. I think we are locked at this point. I'm just gonna pack it in. Well, I mean, this is what you're signing up for. Like when Ursa Saga came into the picture, I feel like the deck became significantly weaker to Blood Moon. So like we just lost to 3 Blood Moon decks today, so it's not particularly surprising. I guess it was only 2. Yeah, no, the other one was Hammer Time. All right, see you for the last round. Welcome to the last round. Sure. Good food. Yeah, we this past weekend we went with a friend. We ordered food from a pizzeria that we have never ordered from, and it was pretty good. I liked it. I should have played this. I immediately regret what I was doing. I was thinking about casting Harvest, but I don't know what I want to name it with Harvest yet. So I guess now we name land because we really need a bounce land. Another Saga, sure. Yeah, back to nature is just not a card, right? It picks up with Knight F4 because I thought it was the only one that worked. Well, I am very, very picky about having grease in my hands. Like I really actively bothers me a lot. So particularly when I'm like on the computer, right? Like so like my keyboard gets greasy. When I play video games, same thing. Like I would literally just like eat a chip, I will go wash my hands, and then I will continue playing like whichever game I was playing or whatever. I am very, very picky about that kind of stuff. That's Stoneforge. I imagine that my opponent's gonna get Caldra here. I think I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna get a Suicide to play here. And if my opponent plays Caldra for the turn, we're kind of fine. Like we take 5, but it's kind of whatever. Led a deck to a guy the other day of an enemy. He didn't wash his hands after eating chicken and bacon with his bare hands. To this day, we're not friends. Yeah, that's like that kind of stuff. Just like freaks me out, man. That kind of stuff freaks me out. When I was a kid, I would not let my brother play video games, like play my video games before he washed his hands. Like I would make him go wash his hands, and then I would actually give him the controller. So I think I want to make one construct. Actually, I think I just want to make 2 constructs here. I'm getting Expedition. Yeah, let's get Expedition map here. Play this. Just pass the turn. I think I made any bounce down, so maybe I should have played out the T-West. Not sure. But it's funny how my opponent can't really attack anymore. Take another 5, that's fine. This card is very good against us, specifically. Fuck. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Fuck. We draw another blank. God damn it, man. Hola, Cambre, ¿todo bien? I mean, I'm just gonna crack this, go get another Saga, and we're just gonna try to win with constructs. Like, that's the only out that we have here. I was not expecting Torak. That really got me good. That really got me good. Because it would have been so easy for us to play around, right? Would have been so easy for us to play around, but like it just caught me off guard. So next turn we have, I mean, we have 3 lethal threats. So my opponent can't really get frisky here. I'm gonna take my chump while I can because this chump is extremely important, right? I need to guarantee that I'm not dead to a single Caldra attack. I have to guarantee that I'm gonna survive the Caldra attack, so... Brutal. Yeah, if my opponent has any sort of like removal or anything, like this is just what it is. Like I don't think I really have a play here. Fuck. Sack a creature, create a 1/1. I think I sack these 6/6. So now they can take 1 attack. They need to double chump. They should have just gone to 1. Like I don't know why they just gone to 1. I was actually just dead if they had gone to 1 and left the Bob. I guess they can't leave the Bob, never mind. So we lose to like Vindicate or something like that. No blocks. I'm going for no blocks here because the Azusa means that removal just doesn't do it for my opponent. They can't just kill one of the constructs and then like they cannot take any of the damage here. Also a chump on the Caldra doesn't really achieve anything from our standpoint. Bob, that's a chump blocker. It's a fetch land they can't crack. We went 4-1 in the first league. This is what we call a courageous person. Just more blanks, man. So many blank pieces of virtual cardboard. So many blank pieces of virtual cardboard. I think that the likelihood that the Bobs find my opponent removal, which then loses me the game, is way too high. So I think I have to attack. Like, opponent didn't have removal last turn, or otherwise I would just be dead. So I think I'm gonna send with all 3 constructs, and I'm gonna leave the construct, the last construct back to block over here. Yeah, the likelihood that the Bobs kill them is very, very low. So I need to force some chumps. And we need to dodge my opponent having like a fatal push or any removal spell for that matter. Good old fetch to thin. So we lose to Vindicate, we lose to Fatal Push. That's about it, really. Because I don't think my opponent has Path to Exile. Is this good enough? Sweet. Good old land just winning the game on its own. Good old land just winning the game on its own straight up. You love to see it. You love to see it. Also, this card sounds really good against my opponent's deck. Play that on 2, thank you very much. What are the chances my opponent's playing Ashiok? Rather high, right? We can shave an AmuLIT in this matchup, I think. Damping Sphere thing. Sideboarding with this list seems really challenging. I'm definitely not at all familiar, so I'm kind of trying things as I go. It's the harvests. Keeping this hand. Now the question is, do we want to Saga on 1? Should take the Explore here. I don't think we want a Saga on 1. Don't think we want to Saga on 1 because the AmuLIT doesn't really do anything for us. And the tokens, as we just saw, can be quite important. Torak, man. Got me good. Vindicate, probably. What is your opinion on specifically Harvest, not the rest of the stuff? I don't know. I'm almost done with 2 leagues. I still don't know whether I like it or I hate it. It's super weird. Usually I'm fairly quick at, you know, figuring out whether cards are fine or unplayable. But this one has been a particularly tough nut to crack. Opponent does not know about this Summoner's Pact. There is this Exile AmuLIT. Nice. Mako 15295 with the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Prime Dance Stronghold, Mako. Appreciate your support. Or so usurper? Yeah. A bold yield if they exile map. If they exile map, then I'm kind of whatever, right? Shambling Bent. I think I'm gonna chill here. The reason for this is Kaya's Guile. There's no reason for me to just send this Primeval Titan into Kaya's Guile. It's bad if my opponent draws exactly Thoughtseize, but... That's hilarious. That is really funny. Fetch the Bailoff. I mean, I really wish I could. Oh, yes. See, my opponent had it. My opponent had it. I mean, my opponent showed me Torak. Like, this is... I don't think I can not play out my hand here when I need to guarantee that I have Titan mana in case I top deck it. Like, they showed me Torak, right? So I just have to do this, I think. So we have multiple cards that just win the game on the spot here. I'm probably going to hold on to this castle because I have a tracker in my deck. So I'm not going to, even though they have Torak, like if they discard my castle, you know, whatever. Like it's not the end of the world, but... I think I attack. Because I can just use Grazer to block the Shambling Bent. If my opponent wants to use removal spell on the Grazer. Sounds good. Another Guile. It seemed definitely worth it to go the distance with this, right? Why would you not entwine there? If holding for tracker, you should have held fetch, right? No, because even if my opponent Thorax me, by having a fetch in play, if I draw tracker, I still have a clue. So it's actually the opposite of what you're saying. What does Exile? They gain for life. It's free to gain for life. Also, it turns Kaya into, you know, like they find an answer to this and they can, you know, potentially set something up that way. I mean, it's free. Like they fetched and like they fetched for a tapped duel. Like it was literally free for them to. They didn't use the mana on anything else. It was literally free for them to entwine this. So Dryad would be great because it kills this Stoneforge. Even though my opponent is one land away from just hard casting a stupid Kadra. Sword of Fire and Ice, huh? Interesting. So Primeval Titan win. Sure. Basic lands between Masks and an Onslaught. Well, there's an Onslaught land that's very, very nice. There's a mountain that's very, very nice in Onslaught. Odyssey has some great forests. I don't know the numbers, but Invasion has a good forest, that's true. So I imagine they have Kaldra in hand, I guess. Sure. Suiting up the Stoneforge. That is a bizarre play. Odyssey has some great planes too, now that I think of it. Well, fuck me anyways, right? So there's Breeding Pool still in the deck, so I guess I'm doing this. This is bad if we top deck Dryad, but it's better if we don't, because we get to redeploy this Radiant Fountain. My opponent is so aggressive just sending tokens under the bus, because now like they don't have any more flyers, so like the Stoneforge makes this attack and that's the last one, because now this construct just stays back home to block. Okay, so they have Kadra, so we're fucked. Like now we just probably lose, but Am I reading a tutorial for Kali? What? Can we draw something that wins the game, please, deck? Please. Ha! Got him. Wait, didn't they know about this? Ding, 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 ding! We've got a winner! I guess they could have Vanishing Verse. King with the dono! Thank you for that, King. Much appreciated. So I'm definitely getting Battlements. Wait. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I just remember that I have double AmuLIT, so I can just double Titan. I'm like, yeah, let's haste the. Wait. Why haste? Why haste one when you can haste twice as many? Also, we don't have Stronghold, so like this wouldn't even be lethal, right? Without the second Titan. Not even lethal. Is my opponent from the Reduke school of not packing it up? Seems like they are. Do you ever get Dryad there and lose to Vanishing Verse? Yeah, probably not. This is lethal just the same, but it has a significantly better fail rate. So no, you never go for Dryad here. If they want a verse, they have to verse right now. Yeah, path. Good old outside noise. You love to see it. I have not made any land drops. So I think we get bounce land plus toler. No, I'm out of summoners packs. Never mind. So we're just gonna go double saga. Also, how insanely annoying is my the outside world, man. The outside world, so annoying. I feel like this is like the only thing that we can really do. And then we play Radiant Fountain second main. Maybe Ghost Quarter? I think I got the Ghost Quarter though, if I'm not mistaken. That was the land to go. Yeah. You all remember Druid Titan? Druid Titan was a state of mind. Very smart of me to not attack with the construct. How funny is it that Vindicate on Python Needle would be lethal? Also, we are 8 minutes ahead of my opponent. How are they down to 6? What have they been doing over there? How do they only have 6 minutes left in the clock? How they Dryad lose to Verse, they kill Titan, you win with Valakut, they kill Dryad, you fetch in response and kill them, right? Well, I only have one Valakut, so yes, you're missing that part. I fetched one of the Valakuts with the second Titan. I fetched this and this with the second Titan. I don't know how you're planning on hasting the Titan if you're getting Tolerate West instead. Would the OG design for Saga be more busted? Yes, it would. Any one land that makes 2 mana. Yes, it's busted. Unless it enters taps and returns another land to your hand. It's busted. If it deals you 2 damage, it's busted. If it gets destroyed if you play any other land, it's busted. That's just the way it is. So this is 7 plus 2. This is fine. Go down to 3. If I could deny them the draw, I would have thrown the construct in there, but like that, this thing tramples, right? So money is an important mechanic in this game, and making more of it is just inherently busted. That's what I heard some people say once. But, you know, what do I know? Even if my opponent wins this game, like... I guess they can win this game, but they're just gonna lose to the time. They can't beat the clock. One, two, three, four. Yes. That's very, very funny. Is Vesuva still in the deck? I think Vesuva is still in the deck, right? So if Vesuva is still in the deck, we win. I think it should be. Yeah, it should be. Yay. Oh, I guess we can get Rot Farm. So I have to wait until my opponent makes the Shambling Vent into a dude, and then I dismember the Shambling Vent. And my opponent has no blocks. I guess I should have made it token. Whatever. Alright, got the 2-3. That was a sad league though. We got played against so many Blood Moons. Stupid Blood Moon. Let's ban that card, shall we? Let's ban that card. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. This is nice. I think I would make some changes though. I think that you can just do this. Like, this is just not really worth it, really. I think we want a third copy of Force. I don't like Pact. I feel like we want at least one Tormod script style effect because of decks like Leaving In and stuff like that. Maybe cut the redundant fountain. I honestly think that Emrakul is just a waste of a cyber slot. You're not beating Mill even with the Emrakul in your cyber. That's just not a thing that happens. Just so I know, the list is 61. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. If you ever did a retrospective type video. Yeah, Pikes, my demystifying AmuLIT parts 2 and 3 were kind of that. Don't necessarily think I want another dismember. Sure. Endurance. Wrong endurance. Wrong endurance. There we go. So this is probably where my mind would go. And if I wanted to play Boros, I would cut this for Boros. I would cut one of these for I guess 2 of these, actually 3 of these for the Celestial Sanctuary. And then I would cut this for Boros, and this for Stronghold, and probably this for Sunhome. Celestia. Boros. Garrison. Slayer Stronghold. Yeah, I think I would try something like this, mostly to see if it works more than anything else. Mostly to see if it works, rather than because I'm sold that this is better or whatever. This is just where I would go, I think. Big fan of 4 Ancient Tombs. I mean, I think on turn 1 with Abundant Harvest in your deck, you probably rather have the fetch than the 4th castle. I think that people really overvalue this card, and it's obviously great. Like, the card is amazing, right? But people constantly sing praises of it, and they immediately forget about the times that it entered tapped and was it was a time warp, a free time warp for your opponent. You know, forgot about thinking about follow. So there's definitely some serious diminishing returns with this card. Like you want to see exactly one copy of it and never more than that. So I would probably go with something like this. What do you think about the eyes here? Why do you think I believe that's fair? That's fair. Can't argue with that. But yeah, I mean, Kanister list was very good. Like obviously the list is just great, but I think this is where I would continue to take the experimentation forward. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. That's gonna be it for this stream though. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks.